When I send out something on my phone, it goes right into the speakers because I have the speakers connected. And if I didn't have the speakers, I don't know, 12 seconds. Something is really weird. Like I'm looking at the camera this way. Me and the camera. I've had 10 ideas already. I forgot most of them, so I came in with the last one. I was looking at all these pamphlets, right? And I'm looking where all the products are coming from. And what I'm planning to do is go to the shopping center, sit in one of these places for 10 days and see what percentage of their items come from where and at what price and how many they sell. There's so many things to figure it out. All you have to know is that if the item is there, it's selling, or it won't be there. Where our items come from is somewhere else. But I'm not getting into why don't they use only ours from our land. Is it the money? My land is my land, your land is your land, from Prince Edward Island, and sing the songs. Newfoundland, New Brunswick, why the voyage north towards Baffin Islands and Gava Bay, splitting up to the far north, crisscrossing over to the other side and probably ending up somewhere in Russia. But take it easy. No one's Russian. Russian used the periodic colors of a burgundy, a brown. Seems like everything is brown. It starts green, gets yellow inside of blue, and it's brown again. And brown is just like red, like rust, like orange. Orange is just like yellow and red mixed up all together, and the cycles make one more round. I'm not sure, but this is really weird to me. This is really weird to me right now. Right now, this is really weird to me. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's because I don't have any mice on my camera. My camera is clear today. I just hooked up a new box from Bell, and my camera is freaking clear. I bet you instead of using 1 and 2 gigs to do a 15-minute video, I bet you it takes me 500 megs or 400 megs and I reduce it to 10. Something with the wiring and the camera all at the same time happens. Getting ready for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. What do you think the Jewish people are going to say about me taping up and giving their place a little soul? Hey, oh my God, am I stoned? I don't know what just happened, but I wasn't stoned 2 minutes ago. A stone enhancer. You smoke a little Mary Jane, just one puff, and then you blow on this until you blow all your air out. And once you blow all your air out, all the cats come in and the wolves, and they tear the houses down, and oh my God, many worlds have just appeared. I saw a flash today in the arc. Yes, welding with Lincoln rods, okay? Electrodes rod, color, full of color. The Detroit Pistons. I think he got one of these gravel pits. What's his name there? Rod. What's his name there? Anyways, I'm going to have to look that up. So this is my V-chauffeur, 000, ... You see, I see it now, RR. Right? RR, I see it now. It comes in, it's got a tail on 2 sides. It comes in from this side into this tail. You understand? There's different realities, different reasons for different designs because of what the end. Like, if you go down to the bottom of your nose, you don't see your foot. But you go down to the bottom of your foot, you see an arch. Look outside, I see Geight. Geight Mac. MAC 135 says Ace 351, 1 through 26, the alphabet added up, equals to 351. Take away the vowels, A, E, and I, which is 14. O is 15. 1, 5, and 9 is 15. And then the 9 itself is 24. That'd be 3 by 5 and 3 by 3. Those are the only 2 dice that connect to all the other numbers, other than the 6. The 2 by 2 divide inside the 6 house. It splits that 90-degree angle. It divides between up here and down here, between up here and down here. Does that mean because it spins? No. Does that mean because this is the way it goes? Is this dice going a different other angle than any other dice? Questions, questions, questions. All so irrelevant. Nothing really matters. We're looking for what's at the bottom of your foot, and it's your toes. So there's a top to the head. So what does this body looks like? No matter what you do this body, if you flip it upside down, his head will be on the ground. But if you put his feet on the ground, his head is in the air. Unless he's an animal, he's on 4 legs, unless my legs were really long like the kangaroo. See, most animals, they have their nose going this way. But Joey, J-O-E-Y, split divided, but you can always say that Y as the sound of E. Listen to an understanding of this. The French have more ways to say A than anything else. So what was in Canada? Where does the A come from in Canada? Who had to do this? It had to be the French Meridian Indians that had to do this. Because A is, in French, they say bay. But when you say C, you see bay can be B-A-Y as in Thunder Bay, or sitting down the dock of Bay-Y is B-E-Y. It says bay, it's the same sound, E-Y or A-Y. The A and E come together, coming with Y and Y, because the minute you touch Y, the reality is one of the Y's is attached to the A, and there's an O around it, and that's why in craps you say yo 11. And the reality of that is it's the 26th and the 27th Y, which becomes the end funnel, the angle Y, that carries the cube around. Oh my God, you can see it. Okay, so I'll take it off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got a flying camera. Oh, I can't even, somehow I can't even. Okay. So, you can just do that, right? And then you take a Y, and there's your Y. And now you can run your Q if you want all the way through. And now you have the multiple sign X, and you have the O equaling to 39, 24th, and the 15th letter. 15 by 24 is 360 degrees, totaling to 39. 39 of 6 and 6, 2 worlds. If you took it in the clock, it would be right here. Wouldn't you say that was the meridian? Here's 9 o'clock, here's 3 o'clock. Here's 180 degrees of another, but only 90 degrees from here to here or here to here, which includes your other Y. So you can carry the box also this way. You can lock up to the box, right? Here's this arm, and you can have it on a trolley and holding it up here, holding this in the air and sliding this box on the ground. Now, this box was on this angle, okay, and it also had a pin because there's pins in the corner. You can go on this rail, and all we do is we have this, right? See this Y over here? We cannot make this Y unless we go like this, the cross on an angle. Why? Because this splits right between a square box. The box is like this. This is the way it must look. See the square in the center here? This one here's the square. This is where the angle goes through. It automatically does this, creating X. Inside this X, you will always get a band, okay? The X, okay, you always get a band in this X. Once you get a band, this is from the other part. This line over here. This goes over this. This creates your IX, creating your 9, 11, which is the same thing. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 3. It's 2, 9, and 3, 9 inside of this. Water, ocean, lake, river. If you ever see Zion, right? You ever see this? This is 10. This is 14. 6 times 4 equals 24. 6 plus 10 equals 4. 6 plus 10, 6 plus 4 equals 10. This equals to 34, and the word 1, DC, is equal to 34, or 3 parts of 4. Now, I'm not going to explain the rest because I have to look it over and see what I want to do. At the same thing, you see this here? Well, this y is on this side, and this y is on this side. Now, excuse that I drove over that x, but forget it. Just look at the y's. You see the y, the two characters? And up here, if you continue this y and this y, x, y. Now, what will be the thing here? Is it x over o? I'm not sure. I can come through this design, and if you see A, by connecting the power up, you get A, 4A, because this is 4 A's in 1. The 4 cube is a value to 0, okay? If you see the center of an A, if an A is on the left and the right of a circle that has nothing in it, that's automatically a void dice. This is a void dice. It's got 4 corners, but it got nothing in the center. Only when it reads something in the center does it ever count. So you have to use the left and the right. It's a connector by connecting the... You ever see what the bell wires look like? You ever see the bell wires? They tighten the wires, 1, 2, 3, 4, the jacks. This would be A, Y. See the clock over here? See the clock over here? 7.5 minutes. Okay, 7.5 minutes before 3 o'clock. This arm over here and this arm over here. This is 7.5 minutes after 9 o'clock. I know, because this is halfway between here and here. Halfway straight up. Do you understand where the clock is? The line goes from the center here all the way to here and up. The line goes from the Y all the way to here and up. You're just adding certain letters, okay? When you put certain letters down, automatically either you can see the lines that come with it, or the lines because of matrix background, the wiring system that's always there is there. So you just put one over the other, and everything has a coordinate space. If I show you a piece of paper, I'm going to tell you there's 4 rooms on this paper. Each room's going to have its coordinate space plus the wall itself. The ceiling will be the ceiling, the walls will be the walls that separate, but it'll be the same ceiling and the same floor. We're going to leave it at this for now, but I am freaking exciting. The video cameras, I mean, with this new box, what was I thinking? What was going on in my head? This reception is insane. Unless I must have switched something overnight or they did something to my system, but this is insane nice. Should I say anything else about this? Oh, let me tell you about the animals. Haven't you ever thought how your body works? There's something in your body that's the same thing that an animal is doing. And one of them is the cat. That cat, what that cat does is a small cat inside our head doing the same thing. My cat backs into a box, opens the door of the box, and sticks his head on in this angle. And he's sitting there like a queen, because this cat is controlling whatever it is, whatever they used, even if it's electronic. The electronic is going to do exactly what the cat will do every single time. I believe only the chooser can change it. But when you're notified 99 out of 100 times, it says, if you touch something hot, you're going to get burned. And 99 out of 100 times it happened, you ain't going to touch it. Something inside of us is telling us this. It's saying, don't do that, when you actually should be doing it. Our indecisiveness is because they yanked up the system so high, we're starting to say, a law. A law. By the way, by law. Bringing out new, I see it. Okay, I've been to the horse races, okay, and I see the names of the horses, how they change. You got to compare the names of these horses and the racetracks they run at, and the purses and the names of the crowns and sports figures and et cetera, et cetera. They're telling us a story. You can write a story about the past. How do I know? Because it already passed. It already happened. You got the answer. Ask the question that gives it the greatest of all answers that most people can see and want to see. Why is anybody here on the internet? Why am I here? Because I'm hoping. Do I have to hope No, I'm working on, and I'm doing, and I'm looking at, and I'm schooling myself to see the difference, or something that's awkward in a situation that is there for an alternate reason because it actually shouldn't be there. Like some of these laws. If a car couldn't drive faster than 60 miles an hour, you wouldn't have any speeding tickets. So why let them go faster than 65 or 70 if that's what you think it is? Because some cars are better than others, they can go 70? At what point can a car go 80 miles an hour on a highway? Can you tell me, at what point in a 60 zone can a car do 80? With all these electronics, they should be able to shut down every single car so that if the highways were empty, it would let you go faster. And let the system partake in this. I mean, you can see if the system doesn't work, you still have your foot on the pedal. You can't let the system drive for you. But it can certainly set up the actual speed you're allowed to drive. We put rules and regulations because we want to have what? You can import. This is all about import and export. It has nothing to do with giving people jobs. Wherever there are people in your own house, if they have no food for the next generation, you tell your daughter and son not to make any babies. But you got to do it in small sections. It's easier to eat a piece of a cake and a whole cake within a month other than to eat the whole cake right now. Do you need it right now? The more you buy, the more profit they make. The more profit they make, the more money they have to spend to look to make something better that isn't that much more better, but it still takes away 12% of your salary every single month. There's 24 hours in a day, 10 hours and 14 hours, as we saw the 6 and 4 Zion, because there's a whole different reality to this. X equals 10, and X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. And X in many places, 2 and 4, equals to the value of 5 and 3 because the 1 and 1 is missing. Only one number is missing here, and that says the big bad cat. So there's a cat inside our head running things. When they run a CAT scan, what are they actually looking for? Do you think these bodies, do you think this is it? This is the form we just kept going over like this? Is that the way you think? Evolution just kept changing us and making us better? We have bigger brains. We're more like elephant brains, 512 memory, but we can exist in exchange with 4096. Why 4096? Because it's all the way around. You're looking at all the way around. Right, left, east, west, north, south. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Squadrons and quadrants crisscrossing. So that you can think, right? From your ears to the nose, crisscrossing. We're going to turn this like this angle. The Alef letter. The reality of the Alef letter is this. And everything explained in the deck of cards. I can't read them all yet, but you know what? All you have to do is say, anybody can read these cards, and you bring them all together, and I can listen and say, this is what I think. The 9th scroll, this is what I think. We have 8, and the 9th scroll is this is what I think. And the 10th scroll is the totality of everybody thinking together after I put in my last word. Or if it gets to you last, it's after you put in your last word. We all become the 9th gate because we are all the center of the reality around us, including everybody else that has their own 9. So they get 8 and 1, and then you get them. 8 and 1, 9. And they have you already. That's 17. Oh, that's 16. They have 8 and you have 8. That's 16. Plus themselves is 17 and 17, and that's 34 again. That's the DC, 3/4 of everything, because you're one piece and you can't count the spot you stand in other than the spot is there for you. 1 and 4. I stand in the spot. 1 and 4, 90, 90, 90. 72, 288 times 90. 288 times 90 is a Mayan cycle. Times 1.25 or 125th day or 555. So 125 times 5 is 625 times this. 41. 25,625. 25,920. The other one, sorry, there's another one. This is the 90 times 288 times 1.25. And then there's a 41 times 625 equals 25,625 or 25,6. flips it upside down, and it goes 25-6, 25-6, which says man of jack, plugged in man. Man's jack, plugged in, because those are the cards. The jack is the 10 card, and everybody becomes a jack because everybody gets plugged in when you play blackjack, for the same reason that it's the 45th day of the year of Valentine's. It's the same way that Valentine counts to 102. At the same time, Valentine is 102, and a short count of 39 is a 1-for-1 exchange, explaining this dice comes together inside this dice with a 4-world ear and a 4-world ear, and it's 414. One birth to the 2 worlds of the 1 world I live, or the 2 sides of the mind of the 1 choice, whichever way you choose to decide. And of course, we must speak it out for a better understanding of what the actuality of my thought was right there. What else? Let me see what this camera looks like. Oh my God, this is crazy. Wow, that's crazy. It's so, wow. Now the camera's coming in. Holy mac. See my windows, what I did? Those are my patio windows. See what I did to the patio window? Wow, I'm just doing that real quick. Wow. You see my door? Doesn't that look like a fish? I got my own umbrella in here. Wow, that's really crazy. That's so crazy. Oh, and that corner I just did. That's a corner, you see. See the way those bricks are, those cubes? Okay, you see the bottom one compared to the top one? On the bottom one, if you follow it, it's question mark on each end. And then in between, it says 2552, 2552, right over here. Okay, it's also the grinder, and it's also the same symbolism through the war and Archangel Raphael of what he uses. Okay, so everything has its own reality, and the reality is, let's not talk. And like I said, the end thing is there's animals in it that were created. The animals are in the bush right now. Once you figure out all these animals and understand, yes, we have to look through everybody's nation, and especially Canadian Indians, for sure. Very important, and everything is very important. 22, 22, 22. I've never saw that before. But every animal is something in our mind, and if we can understand how to control that animal, we can find out where the animal is coming from, and then we can actually find out who the source is on this earth as a living being, as to controlling that animal. And we can do this with all the animals and find out exactly who's controlling what. And would this work? Of course. We use games people play and what everybody has said and seen in the past, not looking into the future, just asking all the right questions of the past, just like anthropology. Is that the way you call it? And you're going to have that whatever value you get throughout all the people that stand there. And all you got to do is get online and just keep looking up information. And the more information you have, categorize everything through sports and etc., as I just said. And okay, thank you for watching.